All right, this is a good game. The Vikings off the bye, undefeated. Bradford goes back to Philly. Vikings 3, 39.5 the total. Bradford loving it in Minnesota. 100.9, 109.7 passer rating. 6 touchdowns, no interceptions. Chip on the shoulder? Well, probably. He said, quote, "It's not hard to think about. I still keep in touch with a lot of those guys. With us going back, it's going to be a great chance to see some of those guys. Tough to kind of leave some of those guys that had happened just like that without getting a chance to say goodbye." Is there an edge here? Because he's got to know the Philly playbook a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, people always say there's some kind of an edge. This is what the two coaches have to say about whether there's a legitimate edge for Sam Bradford going against the Philadelphia Eagles. Mike Zimmer, quote, "I think all of that stuff is really overrated. I think we have to execute what we do. Some games we get signals from the other teams and things like that, and a lot of guys don't play good when they know that stuff. We typically kind of just play and do what we do and don't worry too much about the other team." Here's a quote from Doug Peterson. "One guy has my entire playbook. One guy. So listen, I'm not going to change anything. Will we tweak some stuff? Yeah, we still have to get ready. This is a great football team coming in here. They're undefeated coming off a bye. Sam obviously has a good understanding and knowledge of what we do on both sides of the ball. I think where it becomes valuable for a coach when a player knows you is just knowing personnel. I think just understanding the types of guys that are here. He's been a teammate for a couple years here. I think that becomes more valuable than the X's and O's." So both coaches kind of downplaying the ability of Bradford's intimate knowledge of what happens in Philadelphia to really affect the game. Both coaches are saying if we execute our game plan, doesn't matter what the other team knows.
Well, Peterson could use some O-line help with Johnson suspended. The fill-in did a bad job, allowing 2.5 sacks against the Redskins. Wentz got introduced to an NFL pass rush. Now the Vikings bring one of the best in the league, tied for third in sack percentage. And look at the strength of schedule. Look at the Eagles' wins: Bears, Browns, Steelers. Remember how the Steelers looked last week in Miami. Vikings wins: Packers, Panthers, Titans, Giants, and Texans. And Minnesota off the bye.
Research before you bet. Be sure to check out SPR Picks for the best game predictions, breakdowns, and much, much more.